Hey guys, there have been a few questions about your previous assignment and the component editor and weighting, so I just wanted to do a quick little video to go over this. One of your classmates sent me some of these pictures with some issues they were having with their rig. And you can see we're getting some really weird stretch going on here. It's bending at the heel. Really uncomfortable looking positions that we do not want with our rigs. So let me just close that. Okay, so here we have the rig. Let's grab the foot control, and if I move this up, you can see exactly where we're getting issues here. Okay, so this is what I use the component editor for. You can totally paint weights to fix this. It's what you like to use, but for me, the component editor is a great way to solve this. So I'm just going to right mouse click and hold and go into vertex mode. I'm going to click and select a few vertices that are next to each other. All right. Now, looking at this model in general, it's a good model for learning, but it's not the best model for rigging, detailed rigs. We have a lot of stretched triangles here, and you can see that our vertice to vertice ratio isn't always even. So when it gets to modeling, and I don't know if you guys have taken modeling yet, but you want to make sure it's even. That being said, let's go into our component editor. So we go to Windows, General Editors, Component Editor. Now I have, only 4 vertices or 5 selected, so this isn't too big of a deal. And then we want to go all the way over to Smooth Skin. Okay, and again, this is really important. This is why it's great that we have these labeled. So what we can see is currently these vertices, we've got some weight to the right knee, the left midfoot, the left knee, and the left ankle. So I know for a fact that I do not want it on the right knee. Sorry. Let me select these again. There we go. I do not want these, so I can just click and drag, hit 0, hit enter. And again, that makes the column go away. If you want to show your 0 columns, you can click here. Now, looking at this, I don't think my calf should really be affected by my foot too much. Now, you can always go back and edit this, but I'm going to start by making it simple on myself. And you can see every time that I've removed some of the weight, this has gotten a little bit more normal. Now, with this, it's going to need to be kind of weighted 50-50, because the calf is kind of right in between the knee and the ankle, and if you just move your ankle, your calf gets affected, and if you bend your knee, your calf is affected. So what we can do is I'll do a 0.5 and then to a 0.5 ratio. Okay? You'll see that that brought it right back into where we needed it to be, and now if we grab that foot control, we're not getting as much of an issue. We're getting a little bit of a pop back, and I need to edit some of the higher vertices perhaps. Okay, so let's take another look. And it's always important to kind of bring it up so you can see like, whoa, we've got some crazy stuff going on here. So I would bring that down a little bit so I can see the edge. Go back into my vertex mode. Sometimes you want to look at it to make sure what's actually going on, because it looks like this one is fine. So we can see that this is left hip, left knee. Now, Maya is, fabulous again, but it struggles because every vertice should be weighted 1. It should have 100% weight. This one, for some reason, just looks like it got left behind. So we can just start with a 0.5, 0.5, and that brings that back in there. This one is a lot closer to the knee, so maybe I want 0.75 by 0.25. And then, I would just, again, look back and see what I think of that particular vertice. Now, there are a lot, we got to check a lot, but you have a lot of vertices going on in your mesh. So again, it is a little bit of a tedious process, but just, again, play your favorite song and just get into weighting. It's really, I don't know, you get to be artistic and kind of mathematical at the same time, so I enjoy it. So we can go in here, maybe select some of these. So I'll select these 3. You can see we've got these to the ankle and the midfoot. These ones are pretty close to the ankle. If you wanted, you could do maybe a 0.1 to the midfoot and a 0.9 to the ankle, but you could also probably just do a 1 to the ankle. So really all it's going to take is looking through, and I know it's a pain, but lots of vertices to get it to be how you want it to fit with each of your joints. Now some of these are gonna kind of deform a little bit weirdly, but if you go through and kind of make minor adjustments, you'll get it to how you like it. So these are kind of caving in a little. So we can just take a look at what these ones are weighted to. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see. So we've got, this is weighted to the left hip as well. So I would probably, maybe eliminate those. And then left knee can do 100. Now that brought it in too much, so we might need to do a 50-50. So again, that's where I would unhide my 0 columns. A little bit of a pain because they're a lot of joints, but you can find left knee. And then I've got left hip here, so maybe we'll do 0.2, 0.8. Looks like it's still, oops. So bringing that to a 0.5 popped it back to where I want it. So by doing 0.5, 0.5, I just want to make sure my eye keeps focused where those vertices are. And I'll grab the foot, wrong one, and I'll grab the foot controller, move it down and see if that's how I like it. Okay, so it's a lot of back and forth. It does take a little bit of time. So see, this just needs a little bit of editing. And it may be that you've kind of done it already, how maybe you put 0.2 and 0.8. Sometimes we just need to do a double check. Make sure you guys are incrementing your saves. So save often, of course, and then just go to File, Increment and Save. What that'll do is if my file's, genrig, the next one will be file genrig1 or 001, genrig 002. And then you don't have to worry about if there was any sort of issues with your file. They're all going to be saved. Because a lot of times, with Maya, unfortunately, we'll get kind of stuck. And for some reason, a joint might be shot over there or vertice, all sorts of messed up. So if you have increment saves, you can just go back a version to before the little hiccup or whatever showed up. All right, so if there are any other questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. But just a few more, adjustments in the component editor, and you'll be all set. All right, hope you guys are having a good week. Bye.